In this video, I'm going to tell you all the hidden costs of being a property investor that nobody else is going to tell you. Hi, my name is David Siegler. I've been a property investor for something over 30 years now, and I've done every single strategy in the book. So I've done single lets, I've done HMOs, I've done serviced accommodation, you name it, I've done it, and I'm going to help you on your property journey. Now, this is a project that we've just picked up for one of our investors. Why don't I show you around? Don't forget, make sure you subscribe and like. So this is a family home. This is how we found it. We are going to convert it into a 6-bed, all-ensuite HMO for professionals. We're very near to the city centre. These front 2 reception rooms are going to be bedrooms. The rooms here are nice and big, and in this corner we're going to have back-to-back ensuite bathrooms, one to serve this room, one to serve the front room. Follow me through here, guys. This area we're going to knock through, so there's quite a lot of work here. There's a chimney breast here. That's coming out, and obviously all the chimney breasts right the way up into the roof. The whole thing's got to come down. That'll be a very messy couple of days at work. So we're going to use all this area here, plus this is a stud wall. This is coming out to open up this entire area. The kitchen is being knocked through into the toilet area here and beyond. So all of this area where I walk through from the front 2 bedrooms, going to be communal space. It's going to be the kitchen. It's going to be a seating area. You're going to have a TV on the wall. It's somewhere where the tenants can congregate, spend time together. It's going to be a really light, airy, beautifully furnished, high quality communal area. Right, let me show you upstairs. All of these walls are coming out. There's some stud ones and some solid ones. There's going to be 2 really big bedrooms in this area here with back-to-back ensuite bathrooms immediately above the bathrooms downstairs for rooms 1 and 2. All of this is coming out. So this is going to be a bedroom. There's going to be a corridor put in all the way down here, and bedroom 5 is going to be extended so that it'll have an ensuite here in this room, which is currently a bathroom. So bathroom's perfect to put 2 ensuite rooms into back to back, one to serve that bedroom and one to serve bedroom 6 you've not seen yet. It means the waste is in place, all the pipes in place, the supply of water is in place. All we have to do is remodel the room. So this is going to be bedroom 6. It's a huge room because remember, the ensuite will not be in this room. The entrance will be over there, but it will be in the current bathroom. Fantastic room this, very light and airy, overlooking the garden. I think this room will rent first. So I've just shown you around this project, and you might be sitting there thinking, well, that's great. It's a nice big house. I can just buy the house and rent the rooms out. Well, it's not quite like that. There are hidden costs involved in being an HMO landlord, for instance, and I'm going to share a few of them with you. And then being a landlord full stop, you've got to know about this stuff as well. So this project, for instance, the cost you might not have thought about, stamp duty. So if we're buying the property, we have to pay stamp duty. The solicitors will deal with that during the conveyancing process. There's the legal fees for the solicitors. You're going to have to pay that as well. If the investor was buying on finance, then you've got to apply for a commercial loan to a commercial lender. There's application fees, there's survey fees. The bank surveyor will come and value the property and appraise it to make sure that their money is invested wisely. So you get mortgage application fees, then you get mortgage deeds that you have to sign. You might have to go and swear affidavits. The lawyers will have to charge you for that to make sure that you satisfy all the lender's criteria. For an HMO, there are costs in running a legal HMO. So this is a 6-bedder. We're going to have to get an HMO license, means applying to the local authority, the HMO team who work at the local authority. There's the cost of the license plus the cost of any requirements that they have to keep this property safe. You've rented out to a tenant, so the letting agent is probably going to charge you, a landlord, as an introduction fee, because they can't charge tenants anymore. And then you start getting to tenants coming into the property. And finally, you've got the thing let and rented out. You've had to furnish it, so an HMO needs to be furnished. How are you going to pay for that? Most landlords, in my experience, lease the furniture. For a 6-bed HMO, it might cost £200–300 per calendar month. That's got to come off the rent as well. Another hidden cost that you might not have thought about. Running this property. The landlord has to supply Wi-Fi, the landlord's going to pay the council tax, the electric, the gas, all of those costs have to be absorbed into the landlord's numbers. Insurance, we haven't thought about that either. These are costs of ownership. So, there's nothing to worry about adding all these costs on. These all have to be appraised day one when you know what they are in order to work out whether the project is a viable project. This is a huge project. This is very, very viable. And now you can get your tenants in living happily in the property. But being an investor also means you've got to be a great landlord too. You have to understand what you're doing and keep on top of your rent roll in the nicest possible way. You will, because all landlords do, get tenants who might abuse your hospitality. In my own portfolio, I'm struggling today with 2 or 3 tenants who, pre the COVID period, were paying their rent and were paid up to date, but since COVID have stopped paying the rent. There are special criteria that landlords have to comply with now in the COVID period before they can take any enforcement against tenants. And I've tried to do it. Why am I sharing this with you? Because it is another hidden cost of being an investor, being a landlord that you might not have figured in. Now, I'm not telling you all this to frighten you off and make you think, oh, maybe property investor's not for me, right? Property investing sounds hard, because this is very rare, you know, and I have dozens of tenants who are paying the rent. People are generally very honest and very straight. That's my experience, okay? But you will get the odd 1 or 2 who play the game. Why am I telling you this? Because you need to be pre-warned. So, when I am purchasing for my own portfolio, just a buy-to-let property, a simple buy-to-let property, I always work my figures out on 10 months rental income in order to absorb the shock of anyone losing their job or getting into difficulties, and maybe, you know, for valid reasons, and I'm very sympathetic when people have valid reasons, maybe they can't make their rent on time every single month. So if you do that, work your figures out for the project on 10 months rent, you're never going to come to grief. You've always got that buffer in there. So if you're watching this, you might be thinking, refurbs, David, how do I know how to do a refurb? You haven't told me how to do it. Don't worry. I have already recorded a different video all about refurbs, telling you everything you need to know in order to make sure that you fulfill your refurb on time and on budget. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'll see you on the next video.